Silence. Silence is a spiritual discipline which helps with meditation. Silence is Mauna from this book, Meditation Practice Manual, 1981. Silence is a tapas or austerity of the tongue. Mind, speech is the outcome of the mind. That means observing silence, restraining the speech, mind becomes quiet because restlessness starts from the mind and is expressed through the speech. One should choose one day of the week for fasting, observing silence and contemplation. Observing silence preserves energy. Not eating, we have five senses, five motor organ and mind. So real silence and real fasting is abstaining all the 11 senses to whatever extent we can. Means not saying unnecessarily, speaking, hearing, reading, going, things like that. Speech is a lower medium of communication. So even if you talk less and from the heart, and with speech many times it can create confusion. So our presence, our being is a better means of communication. One should be in full or partial seclusion while observing silence. Because if you are among the people, it feels strange not to talk. So avoid the situation so you can practice your discipline without confusing other people. Silence should not be due to resentment. Sometimes people don't talk to each other. They hold the anger. In that case, that silence is destructive. Silence can solve many problems because many of the quarrels take place because somebody picks, other person reacts, and that reaction becomes the reaction of another person. So it's just like badminton. The game, one hits the ball, goes other side, hits. So if only one player and no response, the quarrel will end. When one cannot observe silence, one should become mitabhashi, means talk only when necessary. Because when you talk only when necessary and talk little, your speech has more power. People will listen to you if you talk only rarely. People who talk all the time, people don't pay attention to them. And also, we drain lots of energy just from talking. If you do gossiping and criticizing, drain further energy. So, talk only if you have some sweet thing to say, some nice thing to say, because otherwise you spread the chain reaction of negativity. One should talk sweetly so it does not hurt the feelings of others. Talking unnecessarily just to socialize becomes a habit. People get into habit. If there is nothing to talk, they create new topic and gossiping takes place. Talking too much produces argument and bitterness. By observing silence and listening with an open mind and heart, one always learns something from the other person. People who are successful, they talk less and they become better listeners. If you don't listen properly and react, you lose. So successful businessmen usually are good in listening, comprehending and reacting. So silence preserves energy. Inner silence is the silence of the mind, regulating the mind so it doesn't wander. How can you create this silence? By observing the breath. Mind will gradually become quiet. Breath and mental activities are closely connected. You slow down the breath, mind becomes slower. Mind becomes quieter, you don't feel like talking too much. Observing silence is a fantastic discipline. You can observe silence for some time and revive your energy. For practical purpose, just don't talk when not necessary. Don't think, don't talk, don't waste your energy drain through sense organs.